I was just saying, unless this is like this, unless you're a full-on devil worshipping, intense, like,
Yeah.
then I think everybody likes a little bit of cheese in the horror. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
of course.
Yeah.
We
Which
are
which
all
leads
looking
me
for
which
it.
leads me on which leads me on to my next book. It's called Zola, which is another extreme horror one,
Mm.
sort of in the same vein as Craven's. But it's
Yeah.
mostly about cheese.
And what cheese, please?
Again, yeah, don't read it. Don't read it while you're eating. Or if you've got like a nice cheese board in front of you at Christmas, don't even think about it. It's like, no,
Yeah.
stay away. Yeah.
Well, that's an amazing, how would I say it? An amazing way to market it, because if someone says, "Don't read my book," I'll go and read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the author hates this book.
Yes, exactly. I think
Yeah,
everyone would just read it to see what it says.
to see what it
So,
is. Yeah.
but but really, I know you have had a lot of amazing reviews on Cravings, that we're mentioning that it's one of your
Yeah,
extreme
yeah.
novels, but also in other ones. I mean, it seems that you're an endless source of amazing horror. And you're so
Well,
proactive. I mean, you're
yeah.
always, I talk to you, I'm writing, I'm editing, I'm doing, it's like, wow, but do you even sleep?
No, I do it all in my sleep. I've got a little notebook next to me bed. No, I do write quite a bit because it's my job now. So I've got to, because I left work at Christmas Eve, just gone. So it is my job. So I want to get as much content out there, while my brain's still working, to get as, obviously I want sales, because you can't live, you don't live on air and water.
Yeah.
But I do want to get quality content out there. So I'm not going, even though I'm getting quite a bit of quantity, I'm still looking at getting the quality. So when I write a draft of a book, which I've just finished writing, I've got a book out called The Contract.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just wrote the sequel to that one it's called Black Feather Fever. Now, that's finished in the first draft, but this book probably won't see the light of day for another 2 years, because what I'll do is I'll go through it and I'll get it edited, professionally edited, and then I'll get it proofread, and then I'll go through it again, and I'll probably end up reading this about 22 times. It's just like one of sticks in your head at the end of it. But I want to get them as good a quality as I can.
Yeah.
Well, I can. So now that there's a few sales coming in, what I can do is I can actually afford to get better editors, because I've never, on my earlier couldn't afford an editor, so I edited them all myself. But now I've got a wonderful editor, a girl called Lisa Lee Tone, who you might know actually from via Facebook and stuff like that.
I think I don't.
No,
I think I don't.
you should get onto it. She has a blog called Templum Library or something like that, it's called.
I don't remember.
No. Well, what I'll do is I'll introduce you, because you should probably get on. You'll probably be able to bounce off each other. Okay. But she loves all the extreme horror, but she also loves the mainstream horror as well, which is, so I do both. So it works out really well. So she also edited my Seagull Tale book, which is for kids. And she said, that's the worst book.
Okay.
She said, no one died in it. She said, I didn't know what to do.
That's great. And you have a lot of books out and graphic novels. You have lots of material. So what would you recommend a reader that doesn't know you to start from?
Right. Okay. My most popular novel is a book called The 12, which it was my debut novel. It's a ghost story. It's quite gory, and it's quite spooky as well. It's got like the supernatural elements that, like, when you're reading it and you're like looking behind you, thinking, whoa. It's that
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a cultist activity in it as well. It's a bit of a flashback, and it's a little bit of everything in there. And that's my most popular book. So that's the one that I would always say if someone wanted to jump into the world of D.E. McCluskey, then I would say go with the 12 first, and then and then see what happens, see how you go with that. If you're a graphic novel fan, I would say to go with the recent graphic novel I just released, which was called Death Day Presents. It's a horror comedy. It's not for kids, although the artwork is fantastic. But I mean, there's not like any like sex or profanity in it. It's just gore. There's a little bit of gore going on in the background and stuff like that. But you've got these three demons who are like, they're just like humans. They're like, but they're a bit thick. Do you know what I mean? They're like, it's a bit like, dude, where's my car? Type, man. It's like, and they're going through. They've got something to do, and then, but while they're doing it, the kind of like, influencing the humans in the background, and the humans in the background are going mad, and the brains are snapping, and they're killing each other and stuff like that. And these three demons don't even realize they're doing it; they're just walking through. So it's it's got a bit of
cool.
So if you're into the graphic novels, I'd go with that one, and then if you were into the books, I'd definitely start with the 12. Don't start with Cravens unless you like the extreme horror.
Cravens is for the brave.
Cravens is for a certain kind of person. One of my cousins, actually, one of my cousins, she lives up in Scotland, which is about like 250 miles away from us. So we don't see them that often, but we are close. And she said, "Oh, do you know what, Dave? I really need to start reading some of your books." So I was like, "All right." I said, "Just go onto Amazon, search for D.E. McCluskey, and you'll find them." The first book she read was Cravens.
Cravens.
And she messaged me.
You should have warned him.
She said, "No." She said, the message said, "What is wrong with you?" Yeah. So I wouldn't start with that unless you are that kind of person and nothing offends you, and you're not easily your stomach's not easily turned. Then something else.
Not everyone is able to read or capable of reading extreme horror.
Definitely not. I've also got another one called Zed, a Love Story, which is it's like the best of both worlds, because it's got like it's a zombie comedy. It's a zombie comedy. There you are. I've just made up a word. I've made up a new genre.
You made a new genre.
There's a zombie. So you've got like the best of both worlds, because it's there's like two stories running almost in parallel. There's one in England where it's like a guy who works in a big office in London, and he fancies the girl who he's worked with all these years, but he's always been too shy to ask her out. And then you've got a story over in America where you've got like this, they're having heightened aggressions with North Korea, and they've developed this this virus, and the virus gets loose, and the virus is called Agent Z. And then so you've got like this vicious, gory, nasty zombie outbreak, and it shows the way it spreads over in America. But then you've got the foil of this like bumbling, lovely little bargaining romantic comedy, and then the two stories start to go like that, and it's my partner Lauren, she said that's her favorite book. She loves it. She absolutely loves it.
Yes.
So I'll go with that one as well. If you wanted to sort of ease in, because it's got the comedy and it's got the real horror as well. So
then we have work to do. No, but it's true. You're having amazing reviews on your book, so I'm sure everyone who's listening to us and checking your books are gonna enjoy them so much.
I hope so.
Looking forward to your release on Halloween.
Yep. Yeah, that's coming. That 7th of October, that's released.
That's amazing. Looking forward to it. It has to be an amazing release.
Well, it's got an amazing title. So that's what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is that like people are like going, and then I'm hoping that it doesn't disappoint them.
Yeah. No. Like I'm sure you never disappoint. I'm certain you always deliver.
Well, I try my best. I do try my best. But also talking about reviews.
Yes.
I do enjoy reading my reviews, even if they're negative ones. So if like some people, when they read the book and if they don't like it, they say, "Oh, I'm not going to review because I don't want to hurt his feelings." I don't have them feelings. Do you know what I mean? If you don't like the book, Tell me why
Yeah.
you don't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throw it, because I always think if I look on Amazon, I'm looking for a book to buy. If they've got 832 5-star ratings,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
always think to myself, I'm thinking that's a little bit dodgy. I would rather see ones that have got the full range of
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-star ratings. Do you know what I mean? So I always, so if sometimes you think to yourself that, you know, you don't want to review because you didn't quite enjoy it, just throw a couple of words in, tell me why you didn't enjoy it, and then at the end of the day, the more reviews you get, the more
Yes.
the likes of Amazon and BookBub and stuff like that will start pushing your books out. So it's a massive revenue for authors. So
that's amazing.
there you go. Yep.
Well, then, thank you so much for your time, for being
That's
here.
my pleasure. I've really enjoyed it.
It's always so fun talking to you.
Thank you very much.
So now we'll link everything below. We'll put all your links so everyone can know you. Okay.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And well, thank you again.